Victoria, wow, honestly, shows, judges, live overhauls, mulled wine, cherry pop, and man cruises, ballrooms, lounges, theatres, coupes. I mean, you used up all of the colours when you painted this run of gigs. But it's not a very nice welcome when you get 2 parking fines on the first day and you go from 31 degrees to 0 degrees after coming in from Darwin. I mean, it was so cold. And apparently there's no difference between your O's and your zeros on your number plates. Like, what? Kicked it off with a showcase for Theatres Victoria, which is basically an opportunity to share your show in front of all of the theatres around Victoria. It was a little tough because I only had 10 minutes to do it, so I constructed it with a short trailer followed by a song and then a bit of a talk on why I do what I do and what the overviews of the different shows in their different formats are, along with the final song. And then you go into another room, which is essentially like speed dating network sessions. It was a little awkward, but I learned 2 things on how to deal with being judged and how to sell when I'm not very good at selling myself. And it goes like this. Lesson 1. Don't think of it as being judged. Yeah, you are performing and in some way they are judging you, but they're not judging you, on your art or you personally. They're just trying to make a call on whether what you do fits what they do. And you don't want anybody to take you on if it doesn't fit what they do anyway, because the best types of partnerships are ones that have that synergy and compatibility. So the best thing you can do is just be you. Just get up on stage, do the best version of whatever it is you do, and if it's meant to be, it'll eventuate, and if it's not, then it's not for them and it's not for you anyway. So the second lesson is on selling yourself. Don't think of it as selling yourself, think of it as a conversation to establish whether there's compatibility and synergy there. You want to make sure though that they have an accurate representation in their minds of what your show is about, and you might want to fill in the blanks there because they haven't seen it. And then the rest of the conversation is on whether they're fit for you, right? Because it's a partnership. It's not one way. You want to make sure that their marketing strategies or the community that they're attached to aligns with what you're about. Otherwise, if it's not, then it's not for you anyway. So just think of it as having a conversation to work out whether you guys are a match. Similar to dating. Time off in Melbourne is always fun. Op shops and good food, a couple of parking fines, some traffic, which by the way, I feel like Sydney and Melbourne have swapped spots. What do you guys reckon? And trying to manhandle this man cruiser down inner city streets was a bit of a challenge. I felt like my masculinity came on top, but getting out of this beast was the real issue. The gigs themselves, Suki Lounge, Brunswick Ballroom, really special gigs that sounded killer, awesome little audience. But I'd say one of my favourites was Yarra Valley Ecos because they were pretty loose and loose in all the right ways, and I did work out why when I tried mulled wine for the first time on stage. Popping my mulled wine cherry. Whoa, that's amazing. Oh, that's too good. Happy days. Discovered a new favourite up-and-coming artist in Kyle Brew. I came across Kyle on the internet ages ago and his voice blew me away. His songs were fantastic, kind of like nostalgic melancholy with this spark of indie quirk. It was really special to have him on board at my gig at the Brunswick Ballroom to watch his whole set. Normally I only kind of stick around for a couple of songs because I intend to wig out a little bit if I'm overstimulated before I get up on stage, but he just blissed me right out. I was honestly in awe. I mean, listen to him.
Down on the side of the road. God damn. Such a long way to go.
Got to stay in a really awesome tiny home on a farm in the Yarra Valley. We were surrounded by these cows, beautiful, but I feel like slightly judgmental, like they were eyeballing us, kind of, you're not from around here. It was also a great setting to film an upcoming single. And the fact that my whole soul exhales when I get onto a property like this, it shows me that I'm obviously craving space and nature, because I also stayed in a tiny home in Port Elliot that affected me the same way. These gigs, I won't lie, they were tough. It was really challenging to move tickets. It's strange because I normally do well in those markets. When this happens, I tend to get a little too up in my head because I'm a self-managed artist and I second guess everything. Do I know what the hell I'm doing? Am I on the right path? Is what I'm peddling even what people want? Should I chuck it in? Is it a waste of time? But I had to remind myself of, all the positives. It's lens widening to include everything. The audience reactions, they're always positive. The venues want me back. Festivals are still continuing to book me. Tickets on the whole, we're doing well. And it is tough market out there. It's not just about you as an artist. It's also the market. Times are tough. People are thinking twice before they spend money. So it's important to also catch the emotion that's triggering you to think irrationally about yourself. You need to stay logical. And for me, that emotion comes from how much pressure I put on all of my gigs to make a certain amount of money. I'm sacrificing a lot in my personal life, my living situation, time with my kids, and this run was a bit of a wake-up call that I need to kind of rebalance. If the sacrifices you are making can't be sustained, then you shouldn't be making them, because the reality is, in music, it's slow burn. It's so unpredictable. If you are constantly making sacrifices that cause huge emotional turbulence in you when things don't go right, you are going to crush your art and you're going to wind up chucking it in. And this run was a bit of a wake-up call to rebalance things. Hey, what's happening, people? How are we? YouTube, Twitch, what's happening? Womhoo, Nettie, Keefers, Smack, Quinn, Kazashi, if I pronounce your name right, and Stu up the top, which I think Stu might have gotten impatient and is like, stuff this, I'm out of here. Yeah, how are we? It's Tuesday night. I'm running a little bit late, so it's 5:40 p.m. Normally kick off a 5:30 session. I had an interview with a podcast called, I just had an absolute memory blank. The Brown Park podcast. A lot of sort of topics on being human and mental health. So we, some pretty deep chats, but I'm all good for it when, especially with good people with good intentions. So, and just came back from Echuca Blues Festival, which, a lot of cool things to talk about. Feeling pretty on top of the world at the moment. How are you guys? I'm just going to scroll back. I feel like Nettie went for a lovely hike today, came home and a shower, then fell asleep, woke up with a sore throat and a fever. Great. Just what I needed. Oh, just, what I've noticed, touch wood, is that I feel like there's a revival of the 1980s cold now. Not everything is this big, crazy fever, sore throat, trembling for days, all these cyber bugs and all that monster crap. Being sort of getting a lot of just normal 1980s colds, 1990s colds. They were good. I want those days back. Hey, I went to buy tickets for the Bath. Yes, correct. Yeah, but we're not clashing with the race at all. It's actually nighttime. Kind of works in conjunction with the race. So if you're a bit of a rev head, you can go get amongst it and then enjoy some after race tunes. Just good old snot. Oh, yes. How are we? Are we good? Anything new happening? Did you guys have a good weekend? I'm going to grab my guitar while you answer. And I think we'll be able to finish off all of the jams, the Patreon jams and stuff like that. So, yeah. Hey, Smack, weird thing. Like, is anybody on YouTube? Or just trying to work out whether I keep streaming on YouTube or not. I'm gonna find my pick. Don't know, I'm not. I reckon most of our YouTube chatters last time were kind of doubling up from Twitch. What do you guys reckon? All right, let me grab a guitar. What are we gonna do? Slow cowboy blues. Make that 2. Yeah, did I just insult them? Yeah, I'm not really sure whether I'm using YouTube Live right. Okay. Had a great weekend. Went and saw the American warship and submarine. Oh, went on a hike today. Played video games. That sounds like a good day. That sounds like a good day. Huh. Oh, is this that weird cable? Huh. Interesting. I think this guitar, there's an issue with it. Yeah, there's something going on with the... Yeah. Damn. Oh no, what am I talking about? I'm in tuner mode. Must be. How are you, Keevers? What are you doing, mate? All right. We've got that slow cowboy blues. Roasting me. I think it's only 2 people in here. Annette. That's all right. I like an intimate crowd. Okay. Slow Cowboy Blues is the next jam we need to record. Let's do that while we're warming up. See if we can get in one take, eh? Hey, Latigo Smith, if I pronounce your name right. I probably say this all the time. I'm doing good. Just got back from a little run of gigs, which I can't wait to tell you guys about. And about to hit record on one of the Patreon-only jams. So... All right, hang on. Yeah. Just need to turn up the guitar a bit. All right. No, I mean, I did see him, like, personally. We swapped hugs, but I didn't get to see Mike play live. I wasn't around for it. Sorry, the gate is working a little too overtime. Hang on. But I just No, I'll punch in for that. Hey, Gully's Ghost on YouTube. How you doing? Erica, what's happening? I reckon we can do a better one than that. I'm going to use the telly because this one is not sustaining enough for me. Hey, Ian, what's happening? You going to be videoing Nate's next gig? I think he's more likely to be videoing Smack's next gigs. Oh, Echuca was so good. You would have loved it, Erica. Oh, I'm going to record this quick solo and then I'll tell you guys all about it. Some cool shit happened. It's good. It's great. I'm still on the high from it. All right, let's go. Bit Bit of extra verb. Yeah, you can be videoing Smack's next gig. No, Keepers. I don't. It depends what you define as kinky. So you will basically be videoing Smack's next gig, which is her videoing me. So you're videoing Smack video me. Yeah, I reckon that would probably suit your skill set for sure. Yeah, that's better. All right. Yeah, it's a Squire, but the pickups, they're made. I got this guitar of Diesel actually, and I don't know, the pickups were custom made from a guy in Melbourne, I believe. So, hey Stu, what's happening? So I'm just going through recording all the Patreon only jams. So these will be all made available only to people who subscribe to Patreon. And once I have all these jams ready, then we can get dangerously close to making the Patreon live. So hang on, let me just check something. Yeah, sick. So, all right, let me just bounce that out. The slow cowboy blues. Oh, how are you, Stu? How's work? Jason, I love Warren Hayes. I don't know who Warren Hayes is. What does Warren Hayes do? And Ginny? Yep. Squire. Yeah, the telly definitely suited this one. That Mustang's awesome, but it didn't have quite enough sustain. Hey Tam, you like the jacket? Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Been wearing it a bit lately because it's bloody cold, but it was so much colder down at Echuca was so cold. Oh man. Smack, how cold was it? Next level. I mean, it is written on the box. It is a winter festival, but still didn't stop me from occasionally complaining. I think the I don't mind cold, but when it starts getting windy and rainy, that's a real issue. Perisher, yeah, in the snow was way more bearable. So I'll tell you a little bit about Echuca in between recording the next jam. So how cold is really cold for you? Oh, I don't know. Like minus 40 is pretty cold, I imagine. That's pretty cold. Anything above that, I'm pretty good with. Because I reckon at Echuca it was at least minus 40. I mean, I didn't look at the temperature, but you grew out of it, living the good life, hey Cranky, or do you mean puberty? I will, Jason. Thank you for the tip. Yeah. So, all right, let's start from the start. Smack and I needed to go down early because Smack was capturing an event for a university that my sister-in-law is the dean of. And so I spent the first 2 days being a little bitch boy, which I loved, to be honest. I loved just kind of where it was a break from the pressures of having to get up on stage and do that thing. I could hand over those pressures to Smack. It's Smack's job. And you know what? I don't have to think about anything. You just tell me what to do and I will do it. So I loved it. And it was also cool to just get a bit of insight into what Smack's world is when it comes to events like that sit outside of music. And she's a boss. I mean, Smack's a boss. I'm not surprised, but just watching her run things was really, really cool. And also just seeing how just how she engages with all different walks of life. I mean, it was a completely different demographic. So I think her glasses help with making her seem more intelligent than what she is for that university crowd. So that's always good. And so my job was there were multiple cameras up the back, and then Smack was roaming. So I had to just make sure that one of the cameras was always focused on a person as they're up on stage, which was a little nerve-wracking, I won't lie, because like here is a whole university and their graduation ceremony depends on my ability to be able to move the camera and focus on key people. And I know like it's not that hard to do, but you just don't want to stuff it up. And so I get up there but she said to me, don't touch that camera. So that camera has to stay. And it was sort of like a slightly wide shot because they want to be able to watch the ceremony from start to finish. And then we get to which by the way, it was a very moving ceremony. I didn't expect it to be. Like at the graduation, like hearing some of the stories and the testimonials from these students, like it's a university for like further education for like people who are from overseas. So, you know, these are stories of people who have left their families, left their country, even their own kids and stuff like that to get a degree in whatever it is that they want to study. And they've been away for like 3 years and they're finally graduating. So they get to go back to life or, you know, whatever the evolved version of what life is now that they've achieved what they've achieved. And there was a lot of emotion. So, and what was I going to say? So she said, don't touch that camera. And because they want to be able to watch it from start to finish. So we get to the end and they're about to do the big hat throw, right? And so I'm looking at both cameras going, this is a close-up one. That one's not supposed to be moved. That's the wide one. But most of the students where they are sitting are out of shot. There's only like a quarter of them. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And I couldn't see Smack. She's like somewhere else after she explicitly told me, don't touch that camera. And I'm like, they're going to do the hat throw and none of these cameras are going to capture it. What do I do? What do I do? So I had to make the executive decision to move the camera that she said, do not touch. Right? That was the only camera that was going to be able to do it. But I didn't know how to move it because it was locked. Like I forgot how she said, like, because they both had the same mounting systems. How do you move the camera? So I'm like, shit, this thing's not moving. What's this knob do? And so I was like, fuck this. I picked up the whole tripod. The whole tripod. And spun it, and I'm holding it up in the air because the riser wasn't big enough to put the tripod back down in the way that I had actually spun it. It was going to fall over. So I'm trying to keep it still like it's completely static, but I'm holding it, just going, hurry. And then they're like, finally, they've done the hat throw. And then they're like, no, we want to do it again. No, you don't want to do it again. I got to put this fucking thing down. And so they did it 3 times. I'm holding the tripod up in the air for 3 lots of hat throws and then put it back down again. And then I had to tell Smack that I moved the camera. And luckily, she backed my decision to move it. So that was good. But it was still, I was sweating because, I mean, this is not like a freebie job. This isn't like she's getting paid good money, getting the type of money that she deserves. And I didn't want to stuff it up. So anyway, so Bitch Boy wins. So yeah, hopefully I get some ongoing work that pays nothing from Smack. And yeah, that was fun. And then we had a good run. It was a good run because we actually Smack found this tiny little box when you book for a ticket for a Virgin that says bid for an upgrade. And so basically what it is that you're basically checking a box and paying like an extra, what is it, $2 or whatever, to say, hey, if you don't sell all of your business class seats, we'll take them. And the day that we were flying, the night before we were flying out, Smack gets a message saying we'd been upgraded. So we got upgraded to business class. And so anyway, we get on the plane. We're like, woo, we're in business class. And I used to get upgraded to business class all the time when I was a kid, but I haven't been in business class since. And it's really interesting because it's like, it really does feel like a different world up there. And I'm reminded of as I was sitting in business class and I'm watching all these people walk past, and which, by the way, I'll say that I found it weird to look at people. So like back when you're flying economy, or how they say it in America, coach, it's like, hey, Pennsylvania, what's happening, Sonic fanboy? It's like you just look at people walking on. It's all good. We're all sitting in this mess together. But in business, because you are the one that has boarded first, you got to watch all of these people walk past you. And I know when I'm sitting in an economy, which is always, as I walk through business class, I kind of do a little bit of a scan as to who gets the privileged seats up the front. What do they look like? What do they do? Like I'm curious. I'm just curious. I'm not judging. I'm curious. And even in my peripheral. So now we are those people. And so I'm sitting there going, I don't want to make eye contact with these people because I don't want them to look at me and judge me. So I was kind of a bit embarrassed for being in a seat that I didn't even earn. I almost felt like saying, guys, I want it. I want it. I'm actually just like you guys. I'm just like you guys. I want it. They're not looking because they are afraid of being judged by the upper class, like peasants. You common folk. You go common folk. Yeah, don't look at me, peasant. That's his Stuart. The common folk at the back. And so nobody's looking at anybody. And I'm also like, Smack and I were just like tiny little kids, like smiling at how lucky we got. But I'm like, no, we can't smile too much. Like, otherwise we'll be identified. Like, they will know that we didn't earn these at least and that we don't belong. And we don't want the hosties to know that because we don't want them to treat us any different. So just try not to smile too much. So I'm just like trying not to smile that much. Just like, be cool. Just fucking be cool. Yeah, man, we're in fucking business class. Yeah. Like, it's mad. And then they come up to us and they're like, so, would you like any drinks? We can offer you some orange juice or some water and everything. And do you want it during takeoff? Do you want it before takeoff, during takeoff, or after takeoff? And I was like, wow, there's questions I've never had to think of before. And, Smack had an orange juice before takeoff. I didn't want anything because I didn't want to have to take a piss during the takeoff stage. And, it's just really nicely spoken, like, good diction, people with good diction. And I'm talking about the hosties that were managing us business class snobs. And I'm as I'm sitting there, I'm reminded of Louis C.K. talks about him flying business class, right? And he's sitting in business class and he sees this he sees this guy who's dressed in military walking past. No, he's kind of walking slowly past Louis C.K. And Louis C.K. looks up at him and he has this moment of realization. He's like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, here's a guy that is serving our country. He's putting his life on the line for us. And he's sitting in economy, in coach, that makes no sense. And I'm up here in business for being a professional asshole. Like, that makes no sense. And then he's like, you know what I should do? I should give him my seat. I should swap seats with him. He deserves to be up here. And then he's like, I didn't do anything about it. But the sick thing is that I commended myself. I patted myself on the back for thinking such a good thought about somebody, like a good Samaritan thought. He goes, I kind of got that like as if I did it, even though I didn't do it. Yeah, well done. You are such a good bloke for thinking such a good thing, for thinking such a nice, offering your seat up for somebody. Oh, I had that thought too. It was so cool. And so, we had a good run. It was like, I felt like the world was on our side. And then just all the experiences at that college, like the university, and a lot of love, and we're staying in a nice accommodation. And then it all just went the next day. So after it, we go to I go to pick up. So we've got to check out of our accommodation, and we've got all of our gear. We've got pelicans, suitcases, guitars. Like there's like 13 different pieces of luggage that we've got that we can no longer store at the hotel. And I got to pick up the car, right? So I put Smack out on the street. And with all of this luggage, and it's out of the way, but it's out front, it's on the street. And Smack is sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I can either sit here and you go for a run and get the van, or I'll get the van. She's like, no, I'll just sit here with the gear. All right, no worries. And Smack, this would be a cue to send me audio of the first thing that was said, and then send a separate audio of the second insult that was given, and then the third one should be what you said. All right, and then I'll play it at said time throughout my story. You reckon you can do that? Just text it to me on my phone, not on Messenger. Yeah. You guys are going to love this. We are the type of people that everyone looks up because they're pissed off at how long we are, how much time the check-in people are. We're holding up everybody basically. Give me the first insult. Let's go. All right, here we go. Okay, so I rock up to Avis, and what do you know? We accidentally booked the van in for the next day. All right, and we've got to drive to Echuca Blues Festival that night. So she says, "I'm sorry, we don't have a booking for you." I'm like, "Oh, we're supposed to pick it up." She's like, "No, I've got nothing here." She's like, "Do you have a booking number?" Pass on the booking number. She's like, "No, we have you, but you're not supposed to pick it up until tomorrow." I'm like, I think that was an error on our behalf because we were originally supposed to stay the night in the city and then drive the next day until we realized we have accommodation already at Echuca the night before we were to play. But we forgot to amend the booking, right? So I'm like, no, okay, we've messed up here, but do you have anything that you can give us? Because otherwise we'll be stranded. I've got a festival to play. She's like, "I'm sorry, we've absolutely got nothing." And I'm like, "Please, you don't understand the position you're going to put us in." Like I have Smack, one of our teammates, literally on the street with all of the gear. Like I need to pick her up. We've got nowhere to stay. She looks at the record. She's like, "Actually, you are a frequent, partner with us. Let me see what I can do." So she's on the phone for like half an hour trying to work this out. And got to give her credit. There were people lining up behind me. It was a busy time. And she could have chucked it in and just went, "Listen, I got to sort all these people out. You're going to have to wait." But she persevered. And anyway, I'm getting these texts from Smack going, how long we be, which is not like Smack, right? And so then I call her and she's like, I just had almost got into a fist fight with a girl. I'm like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, this fucking bitch was having a go at me." I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "And no, because I'm sitting here on the street and every single taxi cab is stopping and harassing me to get into the car. And I keep saying no, and they're just not letting up." And I'm like, "Fuck, all right, I won't be long." Anyway, so I get the car, the van eventually, and I pick her up, and like it takes a bit to rattle Smack, and she wasn't rattled, but she was not in a good mood. And so apparently what happened was she's just sitting there doing an Instagram post, like as in scheduling one. She had a hood over her head. She's had her face in her phone, and this girl came out from the hotel, and a car pulled up in front of Smack, and the girl got in the car. So she just looked up. Like, no big deal. And the girl looked at Smack, and this is what she said.
She says, "You staring for a fucking reason or what?"
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that?
She says, "You staring for a fucking reason or what?"
Yeah. Anyway.
She says.
So Smack is like, and then this chick just kept going, right? So Smack gives it to her, and then as she's no, Smack does not give it to her, right? I think you gave her the finger, right? Right? Because after you kind of laughed and just went, "What the hell?" and she kept going, Smack just did these ones, right? And then as the girl went off, she goes old school. Now, I like to think that our insults have evolved with time, right? But this chick goes back to the 1980s, and this was her insult to Smack.
Then she says, "Have fun waiting for the bus, fatty."
Who the hell calls somebody? It's 2025. Who the hell call somebody fatty? I mean, that's like 1970s insult, don't you reckon? Let's do that one again. That's just...
Then she says, have fun waiting for the bus, fatty. Then she says,
That's funny. And then, so now keep in mind, Smack's already been pushed to the edge because one, it's cold, it's raining on and off. She'd been there for like 40 minutes and taxi cab drivers were harassing her over and over again. Like to the point where she was saying that she had to say to one of them, I don't need a fucking taxi. I'm waiting for somebody, because this guy, these people were just like, it's like India or something like that, where they're like, come on, no, I'll take you. So that's happening like over and over and over again, right? So she's pushed to the max, and then I am going to play to you, like I wouldn't post this on social media. I'm going to play... So, hang on. I wish you just sent it to me just straight as to what the insult is so I can hear them back to back. So you've got this one first.
I'm waiting for the bus, fatty.
So then she decides to say...
More fun than fucking your dad last night.
And I'm pretty sure, knowing you, that you probably didn't say it as eloquently and as cruisy as that. And Smack was saying that after she said it, it was kind of like one of those moments where you go, have I just kicked something off? Like, is this chick going to get out the car and take her high heels to my face? Like, I've been in that situation. I was in that situation 2 weeks ago when I had a go at that guy in the club for putting his palm on this girl's face a couple of times, like palmed her in the face. And after I stepped in there, I was like, man, what can of worms have I just opened? Like, do I need to be ready for it now? Proper. The poor thing. And then so we start driving. So keep in mind, we've had an amazing couple of days. Like, the world is on our side. Then it's just the trajectory, the sudden change was just stupid between the Ava situation, between Smack's situation, and then as we're driving, we realize that we go to call the accommodation in Echuca, and they're not answering. And it turns out it's after hours. It's like 5:30, and it's after hours, right? And so we ring the after hours number, and no one's answering. So then Smack is like, she calls their affiliate, which is kind of a little bit down. They're closed. Their after hours number, they answer, and they say, you should have gotten a text from them with all the after hours codes to be able to pick up your keys, and we didn't. So we were basically sitting on the side of the road, stranded, not even knowing whether we were going to have accommodation that night, because they actually closed at 4:30. And I think it's important to give people who are supposed to be checking in, particularly if they are artists at the festival that you are supporting, a bit of a heads up, and they didn't. So we're like, all right, what are we going to do? I don't know. We just have to wait. So I put in a note to my booking agent, and we're not hearing back. So what do you feel like doing? Let's grab a burger. We're tired. We're over it. It's freezing cold. We find this burger place, which was amazing, but what was it called? School Dropout Burgers or something like that. But the music, because we were sitting under the speaker, the only table available that made sense, that wasn't right near the toilet door, was right under the top of a speaker. Yeah, College Dropout Burgers. And the speaker was just blasting all of the shittiest hip-hop that is out there. You know, I'm not talking about Jay-Z hip-hop, Kanye hip-hop, Lupe Fiasco, like Mos Def, like all that stuff. That stuff's amazing. I'm talking about the bitches, fuck that bitches, like all that stuff, like all the hip-hop that's out there that has the least imagination when it comes to production, where it's just the same drum kit over and over again, boom, 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 bitches, 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 like over and over again. And it was blasting. So we're trying to enjoy this burger, and it was amazing. The burger was sensational. Why he just got bitches, 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 hoes, bitches, 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 hoes. It's like, oh, and then not knowing what the hell we're doing, and we're tired, and it's cold, and I was just this close to just throwing the burger, having my dad moment with the chicken wings, and having a chicken wing moment. But, we kept cool. We got there in the end. The booking agent managed to get in touch with the after hours, sent the text, and then, we were driving for 2.5 hours, but it was rain and wind. It was Arctic, and, and then we just kind of felt like, wow, is this how it is now for the rest of the trip? But no, it turned. I mean, I feel like your attitude in these situations will determine whether the trajectory is continuing down or whether you just accept it as a bit of a speed hump, which in this case it was. And we got back to the accommodation, had a mad sleep, woke up, and things were different. So I'm going to record another solo, and then I'll tell you about how the actual festival went. So, so what do we got here? We got Slow Cowboy Blues is done. The Steady Minor. There we go. All right, some more blues. Let's do it. I think I might do the Strat. Being in my cranky, I get the odd, short young guy that wants to throw hands for whatever reason. Really, my go-to call is I'm too old to fight, so I'll just fuck him up. Cranky, see you in the morning for breakfast sport. Oh, they normally don't know what to do, and I walk away. That is so good. What an insult. Aaron, love that telly, mate. Beautiful colour and pickard. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I'm selling another telly if you're interested. That's an amazing insult, Cranky. Hey, I heard I think insults, you got to use them where people deserve them, and also for a bit of a laugh. But I came across one on Instagram to describe like if you want to knock somebody that this is terrible, but you say, mate, hang on, what was it? It's got a face like you've been fed with a cat. You grew up being fed with a catapult. A face that looks like you've been fed as a kid with a catapult. Oh, that's ouch. One day, I think if you use that on somebody in the real world, just have your guard up, ready to go. Yeah, got a face like a smashed crab, face like a bowl of porridge. They're all good. What's the matter, mate? You chase parked cars for a living? All right. Yeah, you guys have got it. I don't. It's nothing particularly unique. It's a US telly from 2006. It's I played lots of different new tellies. This one is an absolute cracker. and it's a blonde one. I've used it for a long time. I put some custom pickups in it by a guy called Slider. Makes some great pickups. It's got a paff up the front, like a sort of like a humbucker, a single coil humbucker type thing, paff, and a single coil at the back. Yeah, so I'll just be selling it for whatever the market price is for a hodded up 2006 Telecaster, US Telecaster. All right, did I just tune this? I can't remember. No, I don't think so. But I'm in Australia, so it's not really... I wouldn't encourage buying it if you're overseas, unless there is some sort of extra meaning attached to it. But all right, let's see if we can get this in one hit. I'm just going to have some water first. Cloud Wolf, what's happening? Yeah, we're doing good. Just recording some Patreon only jams, and to get them ready so we can launch Patreon, and just chatting about the weekend playing Echuca Blues Festival. How are you, mate? Too much verb. It is glorious. Yeah, for this one, it's a bit much, but new guitar. You're familiar with Court? No, I don't, but I hear they're great. I think Court's kind of a, I could be wrong. Is that more of like a metal sort of shredded type guitar? Could be very wrong. I lost it. All right, let me start this again. That turnaround messes with me, so I've got that so F, G, F, C, G. All right. Again. Hey, Weddy just raided. How are you, bro? I hope you're good. I'm just recording some Patreon only jams for when we release Patreon. So, are you on Patreon? Thank you for raiding, guys. Go past Weddy's stream. Absolute champion. Yeah, just a little bluesy thing. Well, there's these kind of jams that I put together over the course of 4 years, just bombing around on Twitch. And now that we're about to launch Patreon, there's going to be all these little benefits to inspire people to support what it is that we're doing here. And this is one of them. So, yeah, look into it. But welcome, guys, here for Weddy's crew. Here's a little bit about me in 60 seconds, and then we'll get back to recording the rest of this jam. Hey, I'm Nathan Cavalieri, and since I'm coming your way, here's a little bit about me in 60 seconds. Born southwest Sydney, lived a normal life, picked up the guitar, I got a little sick. Met my hero thanks to Starlight, went from busking to touring with a couple of locals, first record at 10, first single was about a stripper, nobody realised, signed a world record deal with MJ, toured with my idols, some I knew, most I didn't, tried acting, stopped trying, lost my way, picked up a shovel, became a screen composer, experimented a little too much, face planted, experienced loss, crashed, burned, learned, rediscovered, found myself, found my people, made some people, found my voice, found my music, recorded, toured, danced with a few demons, and fuck, that part was scary, gave love, received love, even in unexpected places. After finding freedom back on the road again, I can't wait to bring you guys the new show. All right, let's get back to this jam. Much love, Weddy. Didn't you go overseas? Hopefully it was good. Hey, thanks, Finkel. All right, so this second half, we just need to shred a little more dirty. Oh, how was it? I know you probably got to take off to eat some food and do the things, but in a nutshell, like, happy? Did you have fun? Was it a success or what you were hoping? With the fall of Troy, have you heard? No. Thomas the guitarist is such an insane and unique guitarist. Yeah, it was absolutely sick. So were you guys supporting them? Played House of Blues in Orlando. No, I haven't. I've only been to the LA one. I don't know if that's still there anymore. That was when I was younger. No, I don't have a gear page, but I use a Universal Audio Apollo, and I'm running through the Helix native plugin at the moment for amp modeling, and I've got some EQs and compression and stuff like that. You might enjoy the fall of Troy, bro. A little mathy and screamy, but the guitar. Yeah, nah, keen. All right, I'll check them out. All right. Hey, Belle, what's happening? Thank you for the raid. Wow, 2 raids in a row. How you doing? And welcome to your to your peeps. Danger. Belle Yoon just let out all the air in this. What did you get up to? I hope you're well. I'm just recording some Patreon only jams. Almost like there's about 60 of them or something like that. So I'm on the last 3 or 4, and then we're just chatting about the tour. Like to it. Played a couple of festivals. No, one festival over the weekend. But what did you get up to? And guys, go and check out Belle. Can I call you Belle, or would you prefer? Is it Belle Yoon? Go check out Belle's stream, and see what's up. And where are you from? One of them amazing. I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So to the YouTubers, Twitch has this amazing function where, if you haven't been on Twitch before, where somebody who is streaming can bring their audience to your stream when they end. Melbourne. We did some super chill vibes and loops. Oh, nice. I literally just got back from Melbourne last night. We played Echuca Blues Festival. I'm not sure if you know where Echuca is, but yeah, I love getting down to Melbourne, although it's bloody cold. It's a little cold. Hang on, I'm just going to bounce this out while we are talking. I may get a little glitchy just for like 2 minutes, but hopefully you should still hear me. Cold is an understatement. Yeah. Carnage on YouTube. I'm so glad you came over to YouTube, Nathan. Found you back in 2020 through Pestily, but it's been a while since I stopped using Twitch overall. What made you get off Twitch? And I'm not sure whether I'm going to be continuing YouTube. I was kind of going to give it a month to see if, if it's working and it's translating. So it's hard to gauge. I'm not really sure what to expect when you're live, if you start live streaming on YouTube, and whether the same style of streaming on Twitch works on YouTube. So please stay. Bring friends. I don't know. Does anybody have experience with streaming on YouTube and streaming on Twitch, or know about it, and whether the same type of stream can work on live stream on can work on Twitch, on YouTube? Keep your thermals handy for Adelaide, guys. It's a little nippy there. Yeah. Hey, Vuvu, Nathan, I remember seeing you on Hey Hey. Yeah, right. So how old are you? Are we similar age, or? Hey Hey Saturday's popped up a lot lately. It's wild how many people watched it, like millions. It was such a ritual. Even like free to air TV, I found brought people together because you had to watch it at that time. Nice, Jason. Switcheroo. Should do a triple stream and start streaming. I want to on Kick. I know nothing about Kick. Is Kick worth being on? I was super small though, but it really was the only thing on Saturday. Yeah. Carnage. When I found your first stream on YouTube, was so stoked. Always been a big fan of your tunes, but I'm in Canada, so it's tough to catch live. Almost far. So you've been watching the streams after, like on YouTube, you've been watching them after I've gone live? No, don't go to Kick? Okay. Yeah, Jason, my question is I just kind of want to get my head around what to expect if I have an ongoing, like, first of all, do people stream like on Twitch, you have your set routine. So I do Tuesday nights and Friday nights on Twitch. Same theme. This is where we hang, we play some songs, maybe make some jams. It's very long form, 2 to 3 hours. And then sometimes I'll just run the camera live while I'm working on a tune. Does that same approach work on YouTube, generally speaking? Is there a place for that, or is YouTube Live a completely different beast? Yeah, it's funny. I almost chucked TikTok in, but I dropped a post on TikTok that went crazy, and it's doubled my Spotify streams per day. Like it first of all, it peaked. Spotify, all my music streams went boom like this, and that's the sugar shot, and then it drops. But if it worked and it did its job, you should have a higher baseline, and I have. So it literally doubled my baseline streams. So I wanted to be able to stream on TikTok as well, but I'm trying to get a stream key off them because you can't get them, and because if I don't have a stream key, I can't use this setup, and I'm not going to stream like 2 different times. Yeah, it was a great for exposure. True. Hey, Sammy, what's happening? No way, Monkey Jenkins. Okay. Old people like me hang out on YouTube. I use zero social media, and yeah, right. Now that I'm hooked again, yeah, I'll just the VOD back. Sorry, but now that I'm hooked again, if you do quit YouTube, might just make my way back to Twitch. Yes, I am. Yes, yeah. Yes, you are hearing an Australian accent. Too right, mate. Where are you from? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Berkius? But I always butcher people's names. The young folk use social media differently. They don't have an account. Hang on, they look at things like Facebook and think that that's old people, and they don't have an account, but they froth on short form TikToks. Well, TikTok's starting to move in the world of YouTube now, so they're pushing like long form stuff. What are your thoughts on Twitch streamers snaking their way into chatters' personal information? What do you mean? I've never heard of that before. Can I hear one of your songs before bed? What song would you like to hear? Vuvu, I think YouTube is the way to go for exposure to get music and name out there, but Twitch is where the community is. Yeah. Because I mean, I've been on Twitch for a while, and I have the concurrence I do, but YouTube is pretty slow. What seems it anyway. But Man on Fire. Okay, I'll play Man on Fire for you. Oh damn! I don't have a slide. How am I going to do this? Well, no, it's in my row cases. Ha! Megillah. Yeah, that's me. Hang on.
Great players there too, yeah?
Yeah, Steve Morse was there.
YouTube's algorithm is kind of trash, and you get washed out unless you've got a following or know exactly what you're looking for. Yeah, I'm around. Where are you chiming in from? Man on Fire. Let's try Man on Fire without a slide. That'll be interesting. Okay. All right. Desert, just north of Alice Springs. Nice. Yeah, we toured Northern Territory. Actually, the next recap I'll play you a Northern Territory one. You might recognize some places. I loved it. Loved traveling through there. The desert in Northern Territory is very different to the desert in Western Australia. Haha, carnage, that's awesome. All right, let me try... Quality may vary. Oh no, here we go. When I'm staring at the floor and I can't get gone, there's a barracuda bustling me. Baby's got the rules and I can't sit loose. I gotta find some place to be. I'm staring at the wall, I hear the dead night call. I'm foaming at the mouth again. It's burning through the eyes and I can't sit by. I'm a man. That's really hard to play. Man on fire. Hang on, this is shit, hang on. Crazy baby down the highway flying, I can see it rising, it's a double blind. I see the freak come back at me, he's got a way to breathe, Mr. Way to breathe. I see the blood run deep, it's a midnight creep, it's a cold reprieve. I see the road, the cold steel warm man. Man on fire. Burn time, cause I can't stand still. I got a brand new thrill. Shoot to kill. Paranoid, I'm gonna lose my mind. It's a knife, it's right, it's a sacrifice. I know why I got a bad desire. I gotta break my iron and gasoline. I see the world, the cold steel war. I'm a man. I'm a man on fire. I'm a man on fire. Here we go. Man on fire for Sammy without the slide. Ooh, that's questionable. Very questionable. All right, let me just play a quick recap so I can get some water and all that type of stuff. And since we've got a newbie that's from Northern Territory, I spent about 8 years in the WA desert as well, a couple of 100K. You like the desert, huh? Okay, inland from Karratha. Yeah, well, the funny story about Karratha is that we oh, no, hang on, that's Kununurra. Karratha was, man, that's fun. All right, hang on. I'll give you the choice. We've got two recaps. Do you want one on the Western Australia desert run, or do you want one on Northern Territory? And is it, yeah, Te. Magilla. Which one do you want? Northern Territory? Okay, we've got two on Northern Territory. Hang on. Let's do the first one. Okay. So 2 gigs, Kununurra, Darwin. 1 gig made me want to chuck it in, and the other gig makes me want to do it forever. The RISE grant that we got that enabled us to tour remotely along with venue availabilities meant that unfortunately we had to fly into Darwin, and instead of playing a gig in Darwin, we had to drive 10 hours to Kununurra, play Kununurra, and then the next day drive 10 hours back to play Darwin. Fortunately, the drive to Kununurra was absolutely amazing, like beautiful cliff tops and just the open desert, the open road and beautiful rivers. It was really something special. I strangely ended up in this mood that I couldn't shake, like right up until we rocked up to Kununurra, but the good, friendly, welcoming vibes we got from Kununurra Hotel definitely helped, and we had a good sound check, and I'm thinking, all right, we're coming out of it. Just before I get on stage, tech problems, the whole front house system and fallback system gone. Default settings, everything back to 0, which meant the sound guy and Tom had to desperately try and remember what those settings were that we created during sound check, and a lot of the mix was formed throughout the first 3 songs. In terms of the crowd, it was a quiet night. You have those nights on tour, but there were 2 distinct types of people in the audience. There were the peeps that wanted to connect to the deeper aspects of the set, and then there were others that just wanted to drink and have fun and move. So I found it a little difficult to choose which way I wanted to lean, and pair that up with being in a weird mood. I just couldn't shake the mood. It was doing my head in until the very end, when everybody's up on the dance floor, and apparently, Man on Fire has healing powers and makes people want to twerk. Much as what it was a really tough gig for me on stage, it was hard not to just be super stoked with the amount of joy the gig obviously brought people in the audience. So after the gig, we're preparing ourselves to drive to Darwin, completely forget about the 1.5 hours that we would lose because of the time difference, right? So we're up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 hours sleep. We're all waking up those first couple hours on the road again. The scenery was just absolutely amazing, but I won't lie, I was still kind of in that mood, but Cowboy Delirium hit in the van, thanks to James Van Cooper. I mean, what the... And it's hard not to smile when you got that around you. So we get to the Railway Club, and as soon as I stepped foot into that venue, I knew it was going to be a great gig. The staff, the production, I mean, looking around at the place, you can tell it's made for music. There's so much heart. And I was right. The killer turnout, and it felt like we're all on the same page, kicking off the set and then going to some deeper places as well, and then rocking it out at the end. It was always so awesome to see people dance to your music as well, and seeing them lose themselves. And there was a lot of magic between the 3 of us on stage as well, and I reckon that was because we made a decision before we got up on stage that despite how tired we were just going to surrender and have faith that the music was going to carry us through. And it did. It was absolutely smoking. And talk about victory when we got off stage as well. Big band room hugs. It was a really special night. Although, you feel incredibly invincible at the end of a set like that, nothing like having to cart your gear up 8 stories to bring you back down to ground. This weekend has been a reminder that you're just going to have gigs that are hard work, and there's going to be other gigs where you're flying high. It's also a reminder that it's not just about you, it's about the experience that you bring to the people. Next stop, Alice Springs, Adelaide, and Mount Gambier.
Yeah, so I played the wrong one. I'll play you another one shortly, but there's one where we actually instead of flying to Adelaide, we chose to drive from Darwin to instead of flying to Alice Springs from Darwin, we chose to actually get a van and go from Darwin through Catherine and then on to Alice Springs, and it was so good, so good. All right. So let's go another one. Oh no, You Upset Me, Baby. Okay. Getting stuff done. Always nice to see things coming together. Yes. Thanks, Dan. We're not far off launching Patreon, by the way. Pause. 1,000 subs. Yeah, right. I think we're a while off. I don't think 1,000 subs. What are we sitting at the moment? 150 subs. Is that right? I don't think. Not sure what we're at. Oh yeah, there you go. 150. Anyone picking away at a blues in G now? Are you playing along? Hang on, let me Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not far off. So we got... You Upset Me Baby is done. The Latvians. What's that one? That's not the metal Latvian one. It's the rock and roll one. What do we call Latvia? Really? Latvian chickens? No. No. It's not that one. Okay, no, we're not doing that one. All right. Hey, Wes, thank you for gifting. Tony, yeah. Oh, incoming hype train. No. No. Hype trains, bittersweet. You guys made me work last time. Hey, that was hard. I was hurting a little bit the next day. To those who are on YouTube, when a hype train kicks off on Twitch, that means where people who are, in a row have gifted subs or kicked off subs or whatever, this thing called a hype train kicks in. And the rule for my channel, wickety witch, is I have to solo for as long as what this hype train goes for. And up until this point, up for a long time, there was only, hang on. Oh, has it? Yeah. There's only a certain amount of rounds, but now, all right. Hang on. I've got to get the spinning wheel. Now it can go indefinitely. So, but I don't think these guys have the power to keep it going indefinitely. Thankfully, but it's still quite a risk. So let's do this. It's going to get interesting. All right. Oh, Womhoo hype train. Okay. All right. Here we go, guys. 90 seconds. $60 seconds. You guys are done. We're gonna loop around for the last 50 seconds. Oh no! Oh damn! I forgot that Stu's back. Oh, Womhoo! Damn! All right, level 2. Shit! All right. Level 2. Here we go. Ooh, the Bo Diddley Jam. This is a fun one. Okay. Sorry, I'm just pulling the sound. Whoa, what happened there? How come it didn't loop? Oh, what happened there? Oh, you know why? Oh, man. I unlooped it. Damn, hang on. Sorry. Stalling, I know. Hang on. It's because we were recording the jam, so... Okay. Okay. $60 seconds. Your own subscription, Womhoo, got us over to round 3. Wow. All right, round 3. Here we go. That's great. All right. Drive by Stray Cats. Now, hopefully I haven't messed with the order of this one. How long does this one go? Oh, two and a bit minutes. All right, I'll just loop it around, see what happens. All right. Level 4 is Fun Jam. Stuff that part. "90 seconds. All right. Around we go for 90 seconds. We're only at 1%, so I reckon this is the last round. My fingers will thank you. All right. All right. Damn, Stu just got us over the level. What round are we up to now? Okay. Level 5. Number 5 is alive. All right. You know what? I don't like this jam. I'm going to remove it. Let's do another one. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. I don't have a slide. That's too hard. All right, let's go. No. All right. One minute, nice. All right. Level 5, baby! Seconds. Whoa. 30 seconds. All right, last round. Oh no. Didn't expect this. All right. I did not expect that we're going to go another round, but Stu, mate, you really want this, huh? Okay. Damn, another one that I don't have slide for. Okay, let's go. Man on Fire jam. I'm just going to get rid of the Man on Fire. I'm just going to solo over the whole lot of it, okay? Actually, you know what? Let's go to the... Why don't we go Chuck Berry jam? Hang on. Let's do this one. No, not Chucky. Where is the Chucky jam? No, the Chuck Berry jam. R&R. All right, I'm just going to loop this around. It's going to stop because I just don't have time to do it properly, but goes for 2 minutes. Oh, perfect timing. All right. Okay. Sorry, one more. Seconds. Seconds. No, please don't do one more round. No. Hang on. I can go around again for the last 20 seconds. Hang on. All right. 15 seconds. Done. No, Stu. Step away from the credit card, bro. Oh, man. Oh, I miss you, but I don't miss you. Okay, what are we up to now? Level 6. On all fours. What do we go? We've only got 3 more jams left. What are we going to do after this? If there's going to be an after. Okay. I have to make them up. Alright. Archie, what's happening, man? Been a while, man. Carlos from Slovenia on YouTube. Welcome. Thank you. Seconds. All right. 90 seconds. All right. Loop we go. $60 seconds. Seconds. Ah, damn, I'm losing it. Oh, man, Stu. Oh, my fingers are going no more. For those of you who just tuned in on YouTube, I'm on a hype train here on Twitch. As long as that hype train's going through gifted subs and all that type of stuff, I've got to keep playing. That's the rules. Got to keep soloing. There's one particular person won't let me off the fucking train. All right. Oh, no. All right. AC/DC rocker. And then we've got one jam left if we go past this one. And I've got nothing. All right. Woo, here we go. 90 seconds. Oh. 20 seconds. Ah. 20 seconds, and then it's up. Over. No. Dude, don't you have a nuclear power plant to run? Shit, man. Oh. Oh my God. Well, should we just spin the wheel and see what happens? Wow, there's a few newbies that just pumped in there. Ted McGilla and Bundy, where, like, what the hell? And then I don't know what we have after this. All right, Lucky Hype. This is a dark one. All right. Still just trying to find my way here. 20 seconds. I'll just solo. What a bloody hype train. That went off. Damn. All right, I gotta thank some people. Let me get my thank you music running. All right. Stu, that is an incredible amount of subs you have gifted. This month, I think, you're sitting at 150 in total. Shit, man. Tam McGilla, that's a new gifter. Thank you so much for your generosity. You haven't even been here for very long. So I really appreciate it. Bundy. Who else have we got? We've got lots of Stu. Scrolling down here. And we've got Womhoo. We've got Wes. Yeah, Womhoo. Queslar. Wickety Witch for kicking it off. Thank you guys so much. Might want to think about adding more jams. I know we do. I feel like we had, like this one I reckon could go around on loop for a while. Where is it? Caravan. This one. Yeah, if I had a slide, that would be perfect for a slide. No worries, Finkel. Thanks for the good vibes. Have a great night. And, hey, Luthi, what's happening? Hey, Luthi, as in like Luthians, Luthi? I hope you're having a good one. And, I am following you from I can never pronounce it, Buenos Aires. Argentina. Yeah. How are you going over there in Argentina? You good? I'm going to play a quick recap so I can just rest my hands and it'll go for just a few minutes. This is the other part of the Northern Territory recap and then I'll try and finish. I've got 2 more jams to finish and then we've done Patreon, like the Patreon only jams. What was the tune called that you played way back in Byron at Guitar Fest? I think you used the baritone. Maybe it was BB King or Cold Chisel. It's You Upset Me Baby. Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, which is very funny because this is one of the last jams that I've got to record on there, but I've actually got a recording of it. Let me just see. You Upset Me. Oh, why? Yeah, it must be on the other hard drive or something. But all right. Where are we? All right. Let me. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Let me play a quick. This is Northern Territory number 2 for Ter McGilla, who lives in the desert, Hey, I spy. I saw you, Luthians. All right, here's Northern Territory to South Australia.
After our gigs in Darwin and Kununurra, we ended up hiring a camper van to get us to Alice Springs instead of flying, just so we could see some country. And boy, what an experience. So on our way down, we passed through Katherine, discovered these beautiful hot springs, went for a nice little dip before taking an epic tour of Katherine Gorge. And honestly, it's something else. So much history, so many stories. A good friend of mine once said that the body remembers its ancient past every time it connects with land, and you know, my head was nowhere else, and I didn't want to be anywhere else. As blissed out as what I was, I won't lie, it came with a little bit of sadness. Sadness is the fact that a place like this is a rarity when it shouldn't be, and you know how much I'm looking forward to the day where we can all look after the planet just that little bit better to preserve these spaces. The epic cliffs, the beautiful glistening water, and this unexplainable ancient artworks from Aboriginal culture. I mean, how is it possible that they actually did that so many years ago without the technology that we have today? And it wouldn't be a tour of Katherine Gorge without some crocodiles and 50 metres down the stream, people swimming. Nah, I know they say it's the saltwater crocodiles you got to watch, but I don't care. If you've got snappers, I'm not coming anywhere near you. And then we immersed ourselves into the camper van experience, 14 and a half hours from Katherine to Alice Springs. We saw so much land, and I couldn't help but notice the differences between driving through the Western Australia desert and the Northern Territory desert. Western Australia just has this general peace about it, whereas Northern Territory just feels wild. Sometimes it's flat, sometimes it's rocky, sometimes it's barren, sometimes it's green, you know. You got moments where you feel light and then other moments where you feel real dark. I don't know what it is, but it really made for an epic drive, and I ended up processing a lot of emotions on that drive in a way that I'd never experienced before. It was almost like the land and the road just helped me to digest emotions that were always there, but in a way that didn't require thinking. I honestly can't explain it, but so after playing a gig in Alice Springs, we head straight to Adelaide and play the Grace Emily. Now, I heard a lot about this place. As soon as I stepped foot into this venue, I just knew it was going to be a great gig. You know, I could smell the musical history in this joint. And I was right, we had an absolute killer gig. It was just smoking on stage and off stage. You know, it was great to play in front of a crowd that was invested in the experience as much as what we were. And afterwards, we caught up with some good mates and a whole heap of peeps from Twitch that I'd formed these relationships with over the last couple of years. And, you know, it was a really great gig. I'm still riding high from that one. And then we finished off the weekend, 5.5-hour drive to Mount Gambier's Limestone Coast Pantry Hotel. Beautiful hospitality, completely different vibe, you know, neither one was better. And I felt like it was a great way to end the weekend with a bit more chilled vibes, you know. And afterwards had some great conversations with people in the audience, as well as Justin from Little Georgia, who I was really flattered played a set before us. And it was good, you know, when you bring artists together and you're sharing experiences, makes you realise that you're not alone. As far as the run as a whole, I'm going to call it, I've never felt more at home on tour as what I did over these last 10 days. Like, I've been working to feel this way for a long time, and it feels so good to get there. I felt this sense of love and reassurance and confidence in myself every single day, no matter what challenge was thrown at me. I really think we've hit our stride on stage as well, and I only had to use sleeping pills twice in 10 days. So it's a really special time, and I've walked away from this experience going, I cannot wait for more. Honestly, guys, it means a lot that you spent the time, precious time, coming to my gigs. And I'm really flattered that I get to see your faces all lit up when you walk away from the experience that all of us have created together. So thank you. Wow, it's getting dark.
All right. Let's get into it. I'm running out of time, and I really want to get these Patreon jams done. So, Truffle Shuffle, let's go. Thanks, guest. Hang on, am I still glitching? Really? Am I glitching? I shouldn't be glitching. I just assumed you were drunk. Archie Green says, really? How am I? I'm not seeing any glitches here in my network. My connection is fine. No bouncing, no backups. It's them, not me. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Cleared for me now. Yeah, I think you're fucking with me. Cool. That's one recording. I'm just keeping them nice and raw. I don't want to polish them. Let's bounce this out. Paolo, thank you. We call that the truffle shuffle. So for those who are new here, all of these jams, and there's like 60 of them, won't be released, and they'll be only available if you are a member of my Patreon, which... sorry, my connection was doing something whack. Which should be out soon. No, I think it is happening now because I'm bouncing, so you should be able to just hear me. Oh, damn. Face for radio. I can't finish all the Patreon jams because I need my slide. I'm going to have to finish it on Friday night. Damn. That's all right. I've got one more jam that I can do now, and then which you've already heard during the hype train, but I didn't record it. It's a quick jam. It's a fun one too. I'm keen to do it again. Okay. Okay. Man, I lost it. Give me another one. Ah, man, what's going on? Last jam of the stream. Getting rusty. All right. Ah, man. All right. I'm getting hungry. What the fuck, man? I went, like, what? That's like 3 turnarounds. I need one take, hey. I can't do this I can't punch in. We've got to do it again, guys. Hey, Justin, how you doing? I hope I get my guitars back. What guitars back? Man, wow, here we are again. That's 3. All right. Yeah! Man. That's a fun little jam. I think if there was ever a jam that I put out, there's probably a few of them, but this would be one of them. I like it. It's I don't know what is it. It's just something about it. It's catchy. The Latvians jam with Leeds. Ha! Cool. Well, we didn't fully finish all the jams because I don't have my slide to do the but yeah, we can finish that on Friday night. Which, by the way, what do you guys think about bringing Smack in the studio for another SmackNat mixtapes? I reckon we've got a good theme that could be cool. Oh, yes, Jill. Thank you, Wayne Morrison. Yeah, on, I reckon Rage. Since she had that altercation with that chick on the street, I reckon, like, songs that have got a bit of rage attached to it. Or songs that you hear in your head when you're about to get stuck into somebody. Smack and pizza. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. To YouTube, thanks for hanging. If you're enjoying it, this is an experiment. I'm only going to probably stream on YouTube for a month. We've done probably a week or two by now. And at the end of the month, I'm just going to kind of evaluate whether it's still worth continuing to stream. So Any feedback would be appreciated. If it's something that you're interested in, we'll keep doing it. It even helps to kind of have references of other people who stream regularly on YouTube, and how it works for them, because it's a new world. I don't know how similar it is to Twitch, but yeah. All right, let's go and raid. Let's raid Barjo. Hey, oi. Oh no, Barjo lives in Sydney now. I was gonna give him shit because we're approaching Adelaide, and every time I play Adelaide, he's always visiting Sydney. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it. Okay, where are we? Michael Risky. Let's do that. Shitload of fun. Oh, invalid username. Why? Oh. He spells his name with an EAL. I didn't know that. Okay. Tons of love, guys. And thank you for all the subs and stuff. That hype train was nuts. Haven't done a big one like that in a while. So very much appreciated. You know, it all goes to keeping all this going and this and more. So yeah, come to the Stag and Hunter gig. If you're going to go, make sure you try and buy tickets early, hey. Because they it's a small venue, so we're getting a bit of vibe about it. So tons of love, guys. Later.